Bustin Loose is the new Richard Pryor comedy, but it's a different kind of Pryor than we've seen recently. He's less foul-mouthed and a whole lot friendlier. Bustin Loose is, I guess, his idea of a family movie. In the film, Pryor plays an ex-convict who has trouble staying out of jail. He likes to take things that don't belong to him, like TV sets.
15 minutes, big chill.
All right, come on, get in the mind.
Know your job. Know your job. You got to know your job. Come on, man.
What the hell are you doing, man? Let's get the hell out of here.
You take it easy, man. Be cool, will you? This is a score of a lifetime. We're gonna get 5,000, 10,000 apiece, baby.
You mean 5 to 10 in the pen? Let's go, man.
Take it easy. You know how to move and haul, right? We'll just get ready to move and haul right out of here. You know, my man. No hard feelings, right? Right. All right, move it. Load that big screen TV.
Now this bimbo wants the floor demo out there.
So what's the problem? Give him whatever the East Philly store needs. Just mark it down.
Will you at least check the registration to that truck out there?
What? Registration? Wait a minute. Do I have to take this kind of abuse, man? Because I'm black? Is that why you pulling this? Because I bet you don't do it to the white people that come in here. Hey, I bet you don't do it to the white people that come in here, do you? No, we don't see television anymore, right?
Okay, just calm down.
We're having a sale down the East Philly store, man, and before the riot sale, black people are getting a chance to buy a television for the first time since the 60s, and this guy want to mess it up. When I'm moving this, if you want to help me, you help me. You don't have to.
Okay.
Get out of my way, man. That's man.
See what you did, man. Now, give me a hand with this. Let's go.
Are you gonna?
Come on, you've embarrassed me enough. Let's go.
Marvin, no! Man, Jesus! Jesus! Man! What you gonna, what are you gonna, huh? What it is? What it look like? No, baby. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna knock you out.
Well, shoot your best shot, baby.
He's wonderful. Pryor is arrested and brought before the judge. Shades of stir-crazy. He manages to get a reduced sentence that requires him to take a busload of problem children cross-country from Philadelphia to the state of Washington. And most of the film is about the kids tormenting Pryor. This is sort of pulling the cat's tail humor. Cicely Tyson plays a social worker who is in charge of the children. In this scene, one of the kids badgers Pryor to make a rest stop.
Joe.
What?
Stop the bus. The butt has to go to the bathroom.
Carly don't need to go to the bathroom.
Don't you like her?
I don't like Dakota or her mama.
She likes you.
She does.
Stop the bus.
I don't want to stop the
I
bus.
want you to stop the bus.
Shut up.
Gee, what stop the bus. Stop the bus.
Damn, there's 2 bathrooms. You gonna stand in line? Why don't you use the other bathroom? Is something wrong with you?
Pryor is more calm in this film than in many of his others, more lovable and friendly, less wild and manic. That isn't the way, though, I like Richard Pryor, but even with his comic arm sort of tied to his sides, he's still funny enough to make Bustin' Loose worth seeing. I find him to be the funniest man in the movies, and watching his interplay with the children, watching him and the kids intimidate him and his reluctant growing affection for them, it's both charming and funny. So I like Bustin' Loose, but I'm not stir-crazy about it.
You know, Richard Pryor was the one thing that I really liked about this movie. I felt that the plot was totally predictable. It's kind of a cross between The African Queen and It Happened One Night. I felt Cicely Tyson was wasted.
Completely.
Just plays this noble social worker. She has no dimension, or no comic dimension, certainly, to her. And the kids are like kind of a United Nations. There's a blind kid and a pyromaniac and a nymphomaniac and so forth. All of that I find, you know, criticizable, so to speak. Yet at the same time, Richard Pryor has such a persona on the screen, I find him fascinating.
You know, when you say that, I rank him now with people like Woody Allen, Mel Brooks, Charlie Chaplin, Laurel and Hardy, the Marx Brothers, as a recognizable shape in the movies. And Pryor does it with his body. There's that aggressive thing in the beaten guy. I really think he's one of the great shapes in the movies, and I think in the history of film, he's going to go down as one of the great comic talents.
But you know, he still hasn't made a really great movie as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's funny, the concert film of him performing in concert was extraordinary.
But he hasn't made a fictional motion picture that's up to his talent.
Probably not.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're waiting for that anyway.
All right.
Bustin Loose starred Richard Pryor in the story of a bus driver on probation saddled with 8 untamed kids. And although we both had some reservations about the very predictable storyline, we recommend it too.